I want to get the Patriots question out of the way right off the top. I know you live in Boston. Sure. You're a big-time media personality in the Boston area. What's the reaction locally there to this latest scandal, for lack of a better word?
I'd say annoyance is probably the best way to put it. I mean, I look, people here have been through this before, obviously, and I think, there's sort of this feeling of what the hell were they doing? Like, and I would sort of like compare it to, there's certain things that certain people can't get away with, right? Like, so, like say like, after the Reggie Bush scandal at USC, a coach was taking a recruit out. Well, that coach probably shouldn't take that recruit to like a car dealership. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, it's just there's certain things you can't do. And if there's one piece of equipment that anyone with the Patriots can't be caught doing anything that, like, looks weird, like it's a camera, right? Like, you just can't have it happen. And so, every indication I've gotten is that there was, no involvement here on the part of Bill Belichick or anyone else in football ops, but it's just sloppy, and the fact that this brings back, a lot of bad memories for people up here, I think that it's just more than anything else annoyance over that.
Well, I would say it's un-Patriot-like when you call it sloppy. Some other people would say it's very Patriot-like, considering some of the things that have happened in the past. I don't believe that Belichick had any idea what was going on. He had much more important things to worry about than a do-your-job feature that the video department was shooting on one of the scouts. But whoever was running that department obviously should have had, I think, a little more awareness. Roger Goodell says the NFL is investigating. I think it's probably much ado about nothing, but because it's attached to the Patriots, given their history, it's hard to say that at this point, correct?
Sure. And I think it's, a big part of this is going to be what's on that video, on the 8 minutes of video. And I'm told part of that is, and what's on there at least, is video that toggles between players and coaches. And that could create a little bit of a tough look, even if it was completely innocent. And even if the guy who was operating the camera had no clue what he was doing. And so, my guess is, Dan, that just for precedent reasons and everything else, they're going to have to do something. And, based on the fact that they've had prior history and everything else, I would guess there'd be a fairly substantial fine that would come at the end of this. Again, I think the league people are inclined to believe Belichick and believe the Patriots side of the story. But the fact of the matter is, if a third party, if a team's coming into a stadium as a third party, and again they're not involved with a camera and they're shooting the bench area, I assume you just can't have happen. And so I don't know to what degree they're going to come down on the Patriots, but I think, to some degree they're going to have to come down on the Patriots.
Cash punishment solely? Do you anticipate it could be a loss of draft picks, anything harsher?
Yeah. We've seen draft picks in the past, so I wouldn't rule anything out. What'll be interesting to me is, we've seen this we've seen this over the course of this season, actually, in particular, where, they'll find teams and they find individuals too. And we saw in a couple of the injury reporting situations where, the Steelers got, caught kind of messing with the injury report on Ben Roethlisberger, and Mike Tomlin and Kevin Colbert got fines, and the Lions got in trouble for the reporting on Matt Stafford's injury, and Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia got fines. So what'll be really interesting here to me is, A, like you said, the draft picks, like do they take a draft pick away, and then B, it's do they fine Bill? Because we've seen that in the last couple of these cases where whoever's heading up football operations takes a little bit of a hit for it. And if they do, then of course, like that, my guess is that Bill wouldn't be happy with that because he's been pinned with these things in the past and he knows how they can last.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.